Hello everyone, this is Sane of LSWAT and welcome to the fifth part of this tutorial series, which is Introduction to Sass Css Preprocessors Part 5 Colors. So in this tutorial series we're going to be having a look at colors and how to manipulate colors and make use of them. So first of all, if you notice that the H1 element on this page is blue and the H2 is orange and the paragraph is orange. So let's say we wanted to make the H2 the same blue as the H1 is, but not exactly the same tone. Let's say we wanted to make it slightly lighter. So the way we can do that is we can come down here and just remove the H2 from this pairing here, and we can say H2, and a color for H2 will be, there is a function in Sass called Lighten, Lighten, and it accepts two parameters. First is the color that you want to make lighter, and in this case it's stored in the variable color, and the second parameter is how many percent you want to make the color lighter. So you type the number and then you type the percentage sign after it. So we want to make the H2 20% lighter version of blue. So that's what we do. So we save that, and after compiling we go back in our browser and we refresh. Now you can see that the H2 hasn't changed colors. So, and the reason for that is because instead the color actually doesn't have blue stored inside of it. Color has the value orange, so it gave us a lighter version of orange. So let's create another variable called color2 and give it a value of blue. So now let's actually just copy this and put it in the place of the H1 blue, because we don't want to repeat ourselves. And where it says color, we say color2 there. Now when we save, H1 should have a color of blue and H2 should have a slightly dark, lighter version of blue. When we refresh, now you see that H2 has a slightly lighter version, and we can even make it even more lighter to show that it's actually a lighter version. So when we go now, it should be really faint. You can't see it because it's really light, so I'll turn that back to 30%, and when it's compiled we refresh. Now you can see, and we can actually, there's another function called darken, okay, and we'll have another p element. Let's say we have a p tag. Let's go in our index.html. we'll have a div, and this is not valid, but we'll just do it anyway. This is a div. You shouldn't put text directly inside a div, you should put an element. So let's say we give it a class of a div, or let's just say div, but make sure you don't forget the dot sign there, because it's not a div element, it's a class of div. So we want to give it a color of darken. We want to take the orange of the p element and we want to make it darker. So remember, this function accepts two parameters, same as the darken one. So we first pass it the color that we want to make use of, and the second parameter is how much darker we want to make the element. So let's go back in our browser after compiling. Now you can see the div, I spelled this wrongly, it should have been is, but that's fine. So if you can see, this div here is slightly darker version of this orange. We can make it even more darker by putting 40%, just so you see the changes. After compiling, we refresh. Now it's even darker. So 40% darker version of orange. This is how it looks like. Kind of looks like brown, but it's been calculated. So let's see what actually is being output in our main.css. So let's change the output style, so we can actually have a look at this properly. Let's change it to the default, which is expanded, so we can properly look at this. So now if you see now, we passed it the color blue, but it actually gives us hexadecimals, and that's how actually it the output of Sass normally is. It doesn't give you stuff like orange or blue, it gives you in hexadecimals. Okay, so that's how you make colors lighter or darker. So there's also one thing as well. Let's say you wanted to make something opaque. There's a function called RGBA, and it accepts two parameters, which first one is the color and the second one is how many times you want to make that element opaque. So let's say we pass it 0.5, we save, and we come back to our browser, we refresh. So you can see this is the same color as this, but it's slightly opaque. It's not lighter, but it's opaque. That's how you do opacity in using Sass. And if you look at the output, it gives you regular CSS in RGB format, and actually passes in the opacity as well. So that's it guys for this tutorial video, and I hope it was useful, and if it was, please do rate, comment and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next tutorial video, wherein we're going to have a look at font families and how you use that in Sass. So thanks for watching guys. Bye bye.